The views expressed on this program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
Good evening. Welcome into Marc Madness Sports on this Monday evening. I'm Mark Carstens, the host of Marc Madness Sports, joined today by Sun Prairie West softball coach Ellyn Presto, and then Sun Prairie West softball players Audrey Davis and Reagan Hunley. I guess first off, how are you all three this evening? And excited to talk Sun Prairie West softball 2024 preview.
Yep, we just got done with practice and now we're here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I guess I want to start off kind of asking you guys, what kind of expectations do you have for the 2024 Sun Prairie West softball season? I know last year was your first year as a program for Sun Prairie West Wolves softball. Your team went 17-9, made it to the sectional final against Madison Memorial. Came up a little short there, 4-1. But really great season overall in your first season. What do you think you guys can surpass the 17-9 record, and kind of what are your expectations?
I think that's always a hope for a program, is to make sure we're continuing that success throughout the next season. I definitely think we have established like a good foundation for our program last year and something for us to build upon this upcoming season for sure.
Yeah, definitely to have a winning record and stay successful and keep beating the teams that we have been and just create better competition for the other teams and make sure that the games that were close last year can stay close and maybe even come up.
Yeah, I'd say just like continue to work hard and keep our energy, and that's how we can just keep moving.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for sharing. I guess what was a game maybe last year you guys probably most memorable for you, maybe a win or game? I would say probably for me personally, for you guys, I think is that win against Toma.
Yeah.
In the regional 6-3, and they were a 2 seed, so they were a really good team. So I think that win against Toma would be one that I would say was a really big win for you guys.
I think our whole team could go back on that game because it was something that we all felt really successful in, and we were doing a lot of right things in that game. And we were just like, the whole momentum of the game was awesome, and just the feeling of it all.
Yeah.
And also just being able to bring back our first regional title to our school, first in program history for softball, was truly exciting.
Yeah, especially being the lower seed, having the upset, no one expected us to win. And I think it was great just going in there. We have nothing to lose, so just play your heart out, and that's what we did, and we surprised people.
Yeah, we definitely brought the energy that game. Like, I felt like there was just so much on our side versus on their side, and we just brought the game like to the field.
Sure.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing. Audrey, I guess individually, maybe what was a game where you felt like you maybe played your best offensively, defensively? Any specific games, maybe like against Madison West, Madison East, your whole team played pretty well in those particular matchups?
Definitely those games, but honestly, the Toma game especially, I knew that, especially being an underclassman, that I had to step up in a big position like shortstop, and I'm proud to have played well in that game, and also just our team played great in the Toma game. I think that was just the most exciting. And also the games against Sun Prairie East were always super fun too.
Or Reagan, I guess same question to you. Kind of, what was a game where you felt like you played your best offensively and defensively
I don't know.
last year for softball?
I definitely grew throughout the season, and I started off a little rocky, but then as the season went on, my games got a little bit better, and I finished pretty strong. So it's probably the end of the season.
And I guess Audrey, I kind of want to ask you, what positions will you probably play this year? Probably shortstop and pitcher, probably a little bit of both.
You will definitely see me on the mound this year, so that's new. But I've been working all summer and winter to improve. I definitely think I've improved a lot, but then also shortstop position and then possibly even third base.
And then Reagan, I know center field is kind of what you played pretty much primarily last year.
Yeah.
Will you play some other positions this year? It sounds like pitching, possibly.
Possibly, yeah, and then pretty much just outfield.
Yep.
Probably.
I maybe kind of want to get to your schedule now, your team schedule for this upcoming year. So you guys start off April 1st. I believe you sit at home against Janesville Parker is the first game. And then you get a big game on Thursday, April 18th at Sun Prairie East. where you might see probably Taylor Baker is going to be seen on the mound for that game for Sun Prairie East. And then you get a doubleheader against Marshall, really good softball program, on Saturday, April 27th. And then you get Madison Memorial twice, never easy opponent.
Yeah.
I guess those are kind of some of the opponents that really, games that I really look at, those 6 games, because you'll face Sun Prairie East twice, Marshall twice, and then Madison Memorial twice. I think those 6 games are probably some big ones to look at on the schedule.
We definitely have, our conference has always been known for it to be a tough conference, and especially last year and definitely coming into this year, no matter what game you go into, you don't know the outcome of it. You mean, it is a battle most of the time. And so we're just going to continue working one game at a time, especially starting off. I think our first week there in April, we were playing 4 games, and they're all tough teams. We're looking forward to going to Florida coming up here next week so that we can get some fun games down in Florida, and as well as some extra practice on the field with nice weather to prepare for those games. So yeah, and the game against Sun Prairie East is also kind of a cool game because we're doing our Hits for Autism game, which we did last year. We started that up against Sun Prairie East, and we're going to do the same thing. Last year we hosted it at West, and this year we're going to host it at East. So it's, it's a rival game, but it's also a community building game, and that's what we kind of look forward to in that game, building up the community and also having a fun night of softball as well.
Yeah, especially in that game, like the Hits for Autism game, it doesn't even feel like a super scary game. It's almost just playing against my friends. So I think it was a great way to especially open up the season with them. But then the second game I felt like a little bit more competitive, but it's definitely super fun to play against my friends, even though it's East versus West, it doesn't really matter. But I'm really excited for the East game, and then especially to play Memorial again, because I know we can beat them.
Yeah. The Hits for Autism is last year I definitely saw that there was a huge community that came to both of the East and West games. So I'd say that's a big thing. It's just a community, but also we're trying to win. So
one game at a time, Mark.
One game at a time. You guys do have to take it one game at a time. But I guess Audrey or Reagan, either of you can touch on it. But what is it like playing East? Because a lot of those players you played with growing up, in youth softball, and it's probably kind of weird playing against your friends and teammates for a lot of your career.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. There will be times when I'm on second base and I'm just talking to whoever's playing short or second, and so we're just talking. Coach is like, "Hey, stay focused," and we're like, "Oh, sorry." But it's definitely scary sometimes because you have that competitiveness and you want to beat them, but then at the end of the day, they're still your friends, and it's really it's not the end of the world, no matter what the outcome is. But it's just a cool thing because not many people get to experience playing against their friends. So it's definitely interesting, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's definitely different, just not being on the same team as them, and you're on base and you're talking to them, and then you're like, oh, I gotta focus, we're playing against them right now. But it's definitely different, but it's always fun to just see that you used to be with a team with them, now you're competing against them, so just bringing that game.
And kind of on that Sun Prairie East team, I mean, I know there's obviously Taylor Baker and Grace Cramschuster, two probably their key players that are going to be, on that team for this year. What is it like going up against players like that? Because, they both have college scholarships to play softball, so they're pretty talented players.
Yeah, you just kind of got to go up with them with a chip on your shoulder and just say, hey, I got this. It's not, oh, they're so much better than me. You know that you're on your team for a reason and that you can compete against them. And it's whatever happens, happens. But you definitely just got to go in there with a positive attitude.
Yeah, I'd say that. And also, it can be stressful because you're wow, they look so much better. But then you got to realize, you are also on a high-level team. It's even though you're not playing at maybe that high of Division I softball, it's you're still good and you can still compete against them.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I kind of wanted to touch on, actually Lucy. I want to touch on Lucy a little bit. Lucy played baseball last year for JV for Sun Prairie West. You guys are going to have her back for softball. How exciting is it to have Lucy join you guys back and playing softball again.
We're definitely excited to have another high-level player on our team as well. Lucy brings a lot of knowledge to the game, to our team and our program. We're still figuring each other out as to her player, us coach, and how she meshes with our team and our program. Just being, 6 practices in to our team. But yeah, we're super excited to have her join our team this year.
Yeah, I'm very excited and I'm happy because she's one of my best friends and I really look up to her playing too, and it's always fun. At practice, we're both taking reps at shortstop and I get to watch her, and she's my role model a lot of the time, and it's really fun to play with her, and she's just so supportive and so helpful with everyone on the team, so it's been really nice.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to play with. She's my best friend. We live literally 3 houses away from each other, so we've been really close since we even started playing softball. And it's just fun to play with her again. She brings an energy that's different to a team. She lifts everyone up, but also is focus in, bring your game. So yeah, it's fun to see her out there again.
I interviewed her actually for flag football, so
Nice.
so I've gotten to meet Lucy, and she just seems like a very competitive athlete, and she's obviously talented athlete and can play a lot of different sports. I mean, baseball, football, and learning how to throw a football, playing quarterback, and softball. And I'm kind of curious with her, is she going to pitch at all? Because I mean, being a quarterback in softball, that probably is a good skill set to have. Then that would translate over to pitching for softball a little bit.
Lucy definitely can pitch as well. She's shown us that already in practice too. So yeah, we'll see. Our mound spot is open, and I'm super proud of all of our girls, especially these 2 and a few other players that have worked really hard over the winter months to fill that position, because it has been a position that we have needed to fill. And these girls are coming into our season saying, hey, I'm not really a pitcher, but I'm willing to do it for our team. So that says a lot about who they are as people and character, and who they are as athletes, that they just want to compete and be out there on the mound as well, and give me the ball, put it in my hand, I'm going to do something with it. So yeah, and Lucy's right along with that bunch. So yeah.
I guess I kind of want to ask, I kind of touched on some of the players you've lost from last year: Isabel Royal, Sophia Royal, Emily Petrie, Ashley Ron, Ella Ordens. I mean, those are obviously 5 spots in your starting lineup to fill from last year. Who are maybe some people that might fill some of those roles? Lucy is obviously one player. And
yeah, so we're looking at quite a few different players. I mean, we have Brooke Rhodes, who can play multiple positions all over the field. We got Anna Korab as well. She's a good infielder. Brooke Rhodes also is going to be on the mound as well. We have Sky Robinson, who is a freshman who can play multiple positions as well, and you'll see her on the mound as well. And out in the outfield, we got Ava Paskey, who's a returning senior, Emma Dischler, who's a returning senior. All positions are up for grabs right now. So it's fun to see them at practice competing for those positions and working hard to earn a spot on the field. So, yeah.
Brooke Rhodes comes from good athletic background, obviously, with her brother being a quarterback for Sun Prairie West. So, and then he also plays basketball. So, Brady Rhodes. So, I guess kind of any other games from maybe last year that you look at it. The Madison La Follette game was obviously a great game for your team. 19-1 game on May 16th, 2023.
Yeah.
I'm looking what was all clicking on that particular day? Or?
Yeah. I mean, it's some of the teams, sometimes it's just, we click. We offensively, we do well. Defensively, we do well as well. I'm excited to see what the Madison La Follette, Madison East program does, because they're going to be joining forces this year. So I think they're definitely going to be bringing it, and we have to be ready for them too. So that will be exciting.
Yeah, I think right now I'm mostly excited for the Memorial game, just to get back at them from playoffs, because that will haunt me forever. No, but I think this year I'm really excited to play them, and then especially East. But I'm ready to be a Memorial.
Also on the Memorial side, because I was the last out last year, so it kind of just sucks ending it like with me. I'm like, darn, like that sucks. So just like going and getting it back.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing. I guess, Reagan, Audrey, anything else kind of you want to talk about, maybe a preparation that you're making defensively, offensively, things that you're kind of working on this offseason to improve upon from last year?
I guess right now my biggest thing has been pitching. Every Wednesday after school, me and Brooke are always throwing. We'll throw like hundreds of pitches just to get some reps, and I've like had a pitching coach too, and I've really been trying to work at it. So that's probably the biggest thing right now is mine.
I'd say mine is probably confidence. I've worked a lot through my club season, through summer and fall and like winter, just like working on building myself up instead of tearing myself down when I make mistakes, because I got to learn from them. And if I want to go play at college, like that's something I got to figure out.
And I guess for either Audrey, Reagan, what pitches kind of do you work on, like pitching-wise? Do you kind of like rise ball, curve ball, change up, all those types of pitches? Or
strikes, yeah.
Or strikes.
Really just, I think our biggest thing is accuracy, because
yeah, and they're working on like movement of the ball as well, learning their spins and stuff. We have a lot of very fresh pitchers on our team. So, yep, they're working on different movement of the ball, hitting different spots, and working on their change-ups and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think our biggest thing is also just get it through, get it to the glove, and trust our defense. Because if we throw a strike and they hit it, that's great. Our defense is right behind us, and they have us. So that's what we're hoping for.
A lot of trust in our defense this year. They're going to have to play.
A lot of trust in the defense.
Yep.
I'm trying to think maybe kind of where I wanted to go from here. Any fundraisers, maybe things in the community people can support coming up for Sun Prairie West softball?
I would definitely say our Hits for Autism on that East game. We're going to be coming out with an online store where you can purchase T-shirts, and those T-shirts, like some of the profit comes back to support the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin, and so we're also going to be at that game, going to be hosting like a silent auction as well, so people can come out and place their bids on some items and have fun at our game. And we're going to be encouraging other kids from our community who have autism to be coming out on our field for, like some of the warm-ups and the national anthem, and throw our first pitch out. So just a really good community event for that one. So I feel like encouraging people to come out to join that, and just kind of watch both Sun Prairie East and Sun Prairie West Facebook pages for that event, and just making sure that you have it on your calendar to come join. Yeah.
No, thank you for sharing. Try to think of anything else I want to ask you guys. Actually, I do have something else. Put you guys on the spot. Season prediction for record for your team.
Oh boy, Mark.
I'm putting you guys on the spot.
That's a good question. I don't even know how many games we have.
We're definitely going to have a winning season, Mark.
Yeah.
A winning season.
A winning season,
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Yep. I can't give you a prediction right now, but I'm
Is it
going
26 games
yeah,
again,
20,
probably?
Yep, 26.
games.
Well, actually, we're going to be at a total of 24.
Okay.
So we'll see. We got some tournaments and stuff coming up, but definitely a winning season. Yeah, we're going hard. We're going hard, Mark.
You don't have an exact record prediction. No, not exact.
It's kind of hard with having like a season, this is our second season as a program. And it's kind of like after years of experiencing, you can kind of get a gist of where your program's going. Well, I'm hoping it's just about the same as next year or even better. More success than last year. So, yeah, so whatever the record was, which I don't even know our record from last year, but more.
17-9.
Yeah, 17-9. Let's go. 20 and 4. Go hard, Mark. What do you think? What is your prediction?
Put you on the spot.
I'm putting me on the spot now.
Yeah.
26 games, is it?
24.
24. Okay. I'll say 18-6 for you guys.
Oh, that's a good. I like it.
Winning record.
I like it.
That's
Winning
all we need.
record. Yeah. Good.
I guess anything else you guys want to share before?
No, just make sure to come out to our field and cheer us on. We're going to have a lot of different fun events like, our senior night, youth night, staff appreciation night, all the fun things that make our season fun for these girls. And, just come out and watch us play because it's always fun for our players to have someone cheering in the stands for them, for sure.
It's a nice field, artificial turf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got that nice wolf logo on the field there.
Nice and blue.
Nice and blue.
yeah.
It reminds me a lot of the Madison College softball field. A lot of people tell me that. It's very similar to the Madison College field.
Yeah, for sure.
And boy, beautiful facility to have for high school softball.
Yep,
So,
we're very lucky.
anything else, I guess, you guys want to share before I let you go?
Go Wolves.
Yeah.
Go Wolves.
Go
Go Wolves softball.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for listening, tuning in to Marc Madness Sports this Monday evening. I'm Marc Karstens, the host of Marc Madness Sports, joined today by Coach Ellyn Presto and players Audrey Davis and Reagan Hunley. Everyone have a great night, and thank you for tuning in to Marc Madness Sports.